Hey Crafty Mavens, it's Vanessa here, and today we are going to put a layout together using the August kit that I put together. I have the link down below to my channel, in which if you want to see everything that was in the original August stash kit that I put together, you can see the full contents of that kit. Here at the beginning of this video, I am just showing you the bits and pieces that I pulled from the larger kit to create this page, and so those are what you're seeing here. Primarily, most of these items are from the Happiness collection by Coco Vanilla, one of my all-time favorite collections. I absolutely love this collection. And so the first thing here you're going to see me do is I am going to take this wood grain paper, and this wood grain paper is actually, I believe, from Maggie Holmes, not from the actual Happiness collection, but that is going to be my background. And I absolutely love wood grain backgrounds, and I particularly love them when they have just white paint splattered on them. And so when I have a wood grain, I typically will do this, and so this is what I add to my background just to give a little bit of interest and texture to my layout. So while that is drying, I have laid it off to the side, and I will go ahead and start to stamp some images that will act as embellishments for this layout. One of the things that I am trying to do, and I've said this in other videos if you've watched some from my channel, is I have a huge number of stamps and I absolutely love them. I love to create my own embellishments and my own backgrounds. I don't do it nearly enough, and so I am trying to challenge myself to pull out my stamps more and get them used. So I went through my stamps and found this ticket stamp set, and then went through my inks and pulled several different inks. If you're wanting to know the actual colors, I did show them earlier in the video, but I know it is hard to see them. If you have any questions, just leave them down below and I will try to let you know the colors that I'm using. But I basically went through my inks and pulled what I felt were the closest colors to the best color matches, I guess I should say, to the Coco Vanilla collection that I am using. And so I just took those stamps and stamped out multiple different images for my little tickets, and I am going to fussy cut those off camera. So now my background is dry, and I am going to start here and mat my photo with this pattern paper that has these very watercolory circles, and there's some like peachy pink circles and some white, and the whole background is sort of just a watercolored pink. I really love this pattern paper. It was just from I believe it was from a Recollections paper pad, and it was all watercolor, and so I really love it. It really matches the Happiness collection perfectly. And so the next thing here that I'm going to do is build out my background. So I have gone ahead and grabbed 2 of the 3x4 cards from the cut apart sheet. I just cut those apart, and they are going to go on either side of my photo. And then there you see those tickets that I've gone ahead and fussy cut, as well as I have a viewfinder reel that is up there at the top. That is a cut file that I just had an extra cut file laying around and thought I would pull it in for this layout. I did grab one ephemera piece from that ephemera pack from the Happiness collection, and here I am looking at the two of the thickers that I pulled from my kit that I think I'm going to use for my title. Now this photo is just a picture of my husband and I, and we took a quick selfie one night before we were on our way out for a date night. We don't get those very often, and so I thought it was fun. We decided to take a quick selfie. It's not typical that my husband and I will even do a picture before we go out on a night out, so it's both rare that we were out on a night, just the 2 of us, and even more rare that we decided to take a selfie. But I did think it was kind of a cute photo, so thought I would document this one. And so yeah, my title is very simply Date Night, using both of those thickers. Now here I am just going to play around with the embellishments that I showed at the beginning, kind of just figuring out what I want to put in each of my clusters. I leave that frame there over the photo for the longest time, but I will tell you it does not make it to the layout. I have a really hard time, and I realize after watching put this layout together and just some of my past ones, I often will take out frames, but I have a really hard time using them. I really need to challenge myself to use them more because I do have a huge stash of them. And here I'm just going to kind of go through and play with bits and pieces from this kit that I want to put in each of my clusters. I absolutely adore the butterflies in this collection, and so I think nearly every layout that I've created with this collection, I've had some of the butterflies either fussy cut from one of the pattern papers or from the sticker sheets or from the ephemera pack. I love the colors and the butterflies in this collection. They're just stunning. It's just a beautiful collection. So here you see I'm just going to fiddle around and figure out what colors. Basically, I'm just trying to balance the colors. That's really the only thing. And I don't know why I left so much of this fussing back and forth that you see me doing here, but I kind of left it all in. But basically, I'm just trying to balance the colors in amongst my 3 clusters that I have going on this page. So that is what you're going to see me do here, is just play back and forth. I have some homemade flair that I'm putting on the page. I have one at the top that says love, and the one you see me playing with there at the bottom, it says the word happiness. It's kind of hard to see it in the still photos, but that is what each of those homemade flair are going to say, and that's where you see them now, or where they stay on the layout. Now, as a finishing touch, I'm pretty sure that I don't really add too much more to this layout. I did take some of the sequins that you see me pulling out here, and these are just ones from my stash, and I'm just going through and picking sort of the pinks and blues that match the colors from the happiness collection that I pulled out here. I'm just going to dot those around, and then I do take from my stash, I have a die that cuts out multiple little tiny hearts, and so I do add those to the layout. I don't think I do that on the camera, but you'll see them in the still photos, and there you see the still photos with those gold hearts that I did add at the last touch. Now be sure to check back at the Crafty Maven for more inspiration, and guys, I will catch you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye bye.